Can you guys believe that it's April? I cannot even believe it. But alas, the second quarter of the year. We are in the second quarter. The second quarter is here, and it is time to take a look at my monthly goals. Every month, as you know, I like to look back on the previous month and talk about the goals that I had set and whether or not I had achieved them. And then we take a look at the month ahead and talk about the goals I have set for this new month. Now, I use the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets Planner as my goals planner, and I absolutely have been adoring this methodology of goal planning. And because it is a new quarter, it actually guided me through a spring season goal setting type thing where we're focusing on cleaning things out in different areas of our lives because it is spring cleaning season. And we also are taking a look at refreshing and reviving the goals that we have set for the entirety of 2019. So I wanted to kind of walk you through a little bit of all of that right now. So what it did was give me an entirely new fresh page that looks identical to the one I filled out at the beginning of the year, where I can summarize all 10 goals that I have set for the year on one page. And so what I did was I basically just created the header of this is the ultimate goal, and then a little bit of a few line items to help me emphasize what the focus is for each individual goal. So my 10 goals are as follows. I have goal weight, cultivating an exceptional marriage, working on Diva and the Divine, creating my beautiful, organized, and decluttered environment, getting out of my comfort zone, rekindling my love of performance and music, working on my faith, working on my mind and my brain power, bringing the blog back to life, and cultivating joy and happiness regularly. And like I said, I have some items listed underneath each one of those. Those are not things that you need to worry about. If you're really interested in what those are, you can go back and look at my initial 2019 goals video, and it will talk you through the deeper mindset of all of those goals. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the past month of March. March was difficult mainly because I got pummeled with a sickness for about 2 weeks. Today is April 2nd. This is the first time I'm sitting in front of a camera to speak to you guys in over 2 weeks. And it's been a killer. As you guys know, there was a break on my channel because I simply could not record any content because my voice did not work. I got hit with some sort of respiratory something. I never had any nasal congestion or anything. It was very, very strange. It was the weirdest cold I've ever had. But even after I bounced back from the respiratory cold itself, I had a cough that just would not let up, which repetitively tore up my lungs and tore up my throat and did not allow me to do my work. So I ended up taking a little bit of a spring break anyway, and I took a week off of uploading any content, and I took several weeks off of creating content. So I'm back. I'm feeling good. My voice, as I'm projecting, I can still feel that it's not 100%, but the show must go on, so I'm here filming for you guys anyway. So let's take a look at some of the March goals that I did and did not achieve, because there is a really steady balance of both of those things. For my monthly goals, things that I had to accomplish just once, one big deal goal I had: do one YouTube live stream. Didn't get that done because I didn't have a voice for 2 weeks of the month, which is so unfortunate. Do my blog finances. Happened the first day of last month. Tidy my office drawers. I did do that kind of. I went through and initially looked at things, but I did not pull everything out, re-put everything in, but that's gonna kind of roll over into a goal I have for the month of April. Set up my external accountability. I have done that, and it has been serving me so very well. I'm very, very proud. I've been tracking thoroughly. My workouts have been on point except for the whole sickness thing, which set me back about a week and a half, 2 weeks there too, which really sucked, but that was beyond my control. But in general, the accountability structures that I have put into place in the month of March have been working tremendously well for me, and I actually plan on doing an entire video about the accountability structures that I have set up, how they are working, and what exactly they are doing for me. Cancel my Planet Fitness membership also happened the first or second day of the month. I went, I did it, it was painless, and it was awesome, and now I'm exclusively at the YMCA, where I am taking all of my classes, doing personal training and things like that. Read 2 books. I'm almost done with 2 books. I actually finished Girl Stop Apologizing this morning, today, and it was on audiobook, so I was doing it while I was getting ready to film, actually, is when I finished the book, which was awesome. And I'm in the middle of High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. It is a long book, but it is filled with amazing information, so I didn't want to just speed through it for the sake of being able to finish it. Do one special date night activity. Date nights took a hit this past month. It was brutal. It was brutal. book my Florida trip. We did that at the beginning of the month, and go and enjoy the Florida trip. We just did that this past weekend. So all of the Florida stuff has been done. It was a whirlwind of a trip, which I didn't vlog. I didn't do anything. If you saw anything, it was over on Instagram, which is where I was Insta-storying all weekend. But I took the break to go to Florida and just enjoy myself, and it was wonderful. Weekly action items. I was terrible at so many of these too. Work in a cafe outside of the home, I did once. A whopping one time. Training sessions with my trainer, I did every single week, at least once. There was one week that he was not there. He was not present because he was on vacation, but he still set me up with a workout that I was required to do in his absence. So I did do at least one workout with my trainer every single week. Spend quality time with my husband. We did in fact spend some time together. It was hard pressed, and sometimes it was only for half an hour or so, but we tried to make it a point to sit together and actually just be together for a little bit of time, but we are working very hard on upping that back to the date nights that we have originally set for ourselves way back when, and have just been failing miserably at keeping with those. So that's a work in progress. Unfortunately, the beginning of this year has just been really rough on us spending time together. Our marriage is fine. Like there's no problems there. It's just I'm starting to feel a little bit neglected, and he knows that. And it's just it's nothing against him. He's been working very, very hard, and I know it's for me that he's doing that, which is incredible. But we've talked about how we just need to get back at it, need to get back at spending time with each other. Log 10 hours of official work. I didn't actually log how much time I was working, but since I spent a week and a half sick on the couch, not a whole lot of work got done. Post one blog post. I think I maybe posted 2 blog posts all month. We're still working on that whole blog thing, guys. Sit and play or sing at the piano. I did this almost every week. I think I have 3 check marks here. So almost getting there, closer. And then watch something fun, considering the fact that I spent most of my time on Netflix while I was down and out. I watched plenty of fun things. And then tracking what went very well every day. Meditation every day did not. Reading every day did not. Time with God every day did go well. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, let's talk about what I have lined up for the month of April. I just finished this list this morning because I knew I wanted to film this video, but I had to sit, and it took me quite a bit of time actually to be like, what actually are my goals for this month? I really wanted to think about it because now that I'm finally feeling better, it's springtime, like things are happening. It is the second quarter. We gotta get this ball rolling. So I've actually got some really good goals here. I've got the whole thing filled out. We've got our monthly action items, our weekly action items, and our daily tasks. And there's one thing that I don't have filled out, and it's because I'm waiting for my husband's input. So let's start with the monthly action items for the month of April, starting with finish my Yes Fit medal. As you guys know, I've been doing virtual races, and the medal that I'm currently working on is a medal that is 86.33 miles long, and I've been focusing so much on the strength training and stuff at the gym that I have not been logging miles appropriately. And so I'm so close. And by so close, I mean I still have 33.7 miles to log to get this medal finished, but I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to put forth the effort, get it done, and maybe even start another medal once I complete the one I'm working on. But I've been working on this 86-mile one since February. I think I started it the 3rd week of February because it was a Valentine's Day special, and I haven't been going as fast as I've been wanting to because I've been focusing on other things at the gym, which is fine, but it's time to get that done. Start a new type of video series on my YouTube channel. I have a couple of ideas as to what kind of content I want to create, and there are a couple of series that I'm thinking about starting, and I just need to buckle down and get one of those going. So if you have any ideas for me, if you have any types of series or videos that you would like to see, let me know in the comments below because I'm always open to suggestions and I'm interested in hearing what you guys want to see. My nice blank here, these are all color-coded if you didn't know that. I don't know if you can really tell, but my blank here is a pink, which is under the cultivate an exceptional marriage goal, and I can't decide what our one action item for the month should be. So I actually texted my husband. I haven't heard from him yet, but I was like, hey, I'm doing my goal setting and I need a goal, like a one-time goal for us to achieve this month in terms of marriage. Do you have any suggestions? I haven't heard from him yet, but I'm interested to hear his input so we can decide on a goal together instead of me setting an intention without his knowledge. My get out of my comfort zone thing is going to be to actually do that YouTube live stream this month. I'm trying to decide when it's going to be. I will let you guys know as soon as I make a decision. My environmental goal of the month is to do just a complete office overhaul and clean out and just do it all. Just buckle down, spring clean this office, get all the stuff, all the excess out, and maybe even change a couple things around. We'll see. One of my cultivate joy and happiness, I want to see Captain Marvel. I've been asking my husband to go for weeks, but because we haven't had any time, we haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. It would bring me much joy to be able to see Captain Marvel before the new Avengers movie comes out, which comes out this month. So I gotta get on that, and I can't see it without my husband. So that is for sure going to be one of our date nights this month. For music, I actually am going to do something that's twofold, and I'm going to be creating a couple of different Spotify playlists that I'm going to share on the blog with you guys. So I'm thinking about having like a praise and worship one, a focus one, like, and one of my favorite, like, my favorite cardio or my favorite workout songs. And there might be a couple of other ones, just like some old favorites, new favorites, I don't know. I have a couple of playlist ideas, but I always go to the same playlists on Spotify. And since I have the ability to share playlists publicly, I figured why not create some playlists that means I have to sit down and get into music, which is one of my goals, and really figure out which songs spark the right emotions in me for the purpose of the playlist, and then I want to share them with you. One goal for my YouTube channel / my brand is to actually do my Q1 finances instead of saving it all for the end of the year like I did this past year. I'm going to sit down, get a 2019 Excel sheet going, and just do my first quarter finances so I'm keeping up with my finances, which is always a smart thing to do, right? One of my goals for my brain is to finish up the books that I have in progress, and I'm pretty sure I have 4 different books in progress right now, and I want to catch up on my reading goal. In order to read 25 books in the year, or 24 books, the nice rounder number would be 25. In order to achieve that goal, I have to average 2+ books a month. So I need to make sure that by the end of April, I have completed 8 books in order to be caught up with my goal and on trajectory to complete that by December. And then another happiness goal is just to go get a pedicure. I do have the money in my budget to go and get one every month. I'm just really bad about going and doing it, which is ridiculous. It takes an hour out of my time once a month, and I still don't maintain it. And for me, like, pedicures are great to begin with, but they also serve a very physical purpose. Not that my feet will ever be pretty, but like the nail trimmings and the callus softenings and all that, my feet are very, very strange. Thank you, CMT. So keeping up with my foot maintenance is a health thing, not just a, it's a little spa-like experience thing. So I really need to get better about that. My weekly action items, these are things that I need to accomplish each and every week, starting with a physical goal, and that is to get 90,000 steps every single week, which averages to just over 12,000 steps a day. It is a lofty goal. I originally wanted to do 100,000 steps, but that's a really lofty goal. So we're gonna see how I do with getting 90,000 steps a week, because that definitely ups me past the 10,000 a day. Getting 10,000 steps a day would only be 70,000 a week. So it's quite an increase, but I think I can do it because I usually hit past 10,000 when I try anyway. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's just something to kind of give me that little extra push. It will help me get my Yes Fit medal faster, all that jazz. Weekly date night is a must, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. End of discussion. I don't know what they're gonna be, but they're gonna happen. One blog post every single week. Just one. We're trying again. I've got a lot of ideas floating around in this brain of mine. I didn't do any actual work while I was down and out, but there was a lot of brainstorming happening while I was sitting on the couch watching TV, not talking, feeling kind of miserable. I did do a lot of thinking, and I came up with a lot of ideas in that process. A deep clean of my home once a week, just, you know, regular home maintenance, but like make it a choice to spend a couple hours, do it, get it done every single week. Schedule my social media posts. I do want to get a little bit better about this. Even if I schedule just 1 or 2 a week, I just want to sit down for half an hour to an hour every week and get a couple of posts scheduled so they can publish without me having to remember to do it. Just once a week, I want to make music and I want to actively make the choice to listen to music, be that a new Broadway soundtrack I haven't listened to, one of those playlists I'm working on creating. I want to just be able to get into the zone for a little bit and use music as a way to refresh and renew and energize myself, because I function a lot better when I'm on a music high. Like, that just is how I am. Once a week, I would like to go for a walk. The weather is finally starting to look up. It still hasn't been perfect, but there's hope. There is hope, and getting outside and just getting connected with nature and actually the act of walking instead of going on a treadmill or going on an elliptical or going to the gym, but like actually being outside is a very re-energizing and refreshing thing for me to do. I just don't do it when it's freezing outside. So I'm going to, look at the weather, pick the best day to do it, and go on at least one walk a week. And then every week I'm going to make an effort to do, learn, or try, or all three, something new. I don't have anything specific in mind, but I just need to make sure I'm actively going after that get out of my comfort zone goal, and trying something new or learning something new is the best way to do that. So those are my every week items, and then my daily items are tracking every day, doing some sort of brain puzzle like a Sudoku puzzle or a crossword or a word search. They'll probably be Sudokus because I love Sudoku puzzles, but just something to do to get the brain going, to get math happening, numbers, get all those neurons firing. Spending time in prayer and devotions with God, read, and then do my physical therapy exercises and spend like a legitimate amount of time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, actively stretching and working on my flexibility. I'm working very hard at the gym to gain strength, but if I don't do anything to stretch things out, I'm just gonna get tight and uncomfortable, and it's not gonna be pretty. So I have to make the choice to actively stretch every single day. So those are the items that I will get to check off every single day. And those are my goals for the month of April. Let me know in the comments below what some of your goals for the beginning of the second quarter are. Are you on track with the goals you set back in January for 2019, or do you need a little bit of help to help get you back on track? Give me all the details down below, and I would love to encourage you as you go after the goals that you're trying to achieve. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Take care, happy April, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!